Hey, Bethany family, I'm Chef Joe at Abundant Harvest Catering and the Harvest Cafe. Guess what I'm going to do today? I'm going to cook with the Bishop. The Bishop is coming in today.
How you doing?
And we're going to prepare something really nice. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
Haven't seen you back in the kitchen in a minute, but...
First time I had a chance to cook with the chef.
Uh-oh.
Pretty good stuff going on here.
So we got a few things that we're going to prepare today, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. So we're going to do a pan-seared halibut. This is a very sweet, tender, but firm whitefish.
Yeah.
It comes out of the Atlantic, North Atlantic, or you can get it out of Scotland. All right, it's a very nice fillet we're going to sear. All right, we're going to serve it over an arborio rice, which is going to be turned into a risotto. All right, which is basically just a short grain rice.
Okay.
All right, it's very creamy, has a lot of starch to it, so it takes a lot of liquid to cook it down. Then we're going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese to it, mushrooms. A lot of people like to use shallots, but I did onions today. All right,
okay.
We're going to serve it over sauteed spinach, and we're going to make a lemon infused and basil tomato sauce.
What's infusing?
Meaning we're going to take the herbs, and once the sauce is just about there, we're going to add it to it and let it steep in there, so it's going to give a lot of flavor.
Okay.
All right, it's going to be really nice. All right, you, sir.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to have to watch.
Okay.
You see how I actually prepare for you.
Okay.
So I'm going to sear the halibut right about now. I'm going to get a pan nice and hot. And what we have here is a non-stick pan. All right, what we want to do is get it hot. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in here. And Bishop, if you like to season that, with a little bit of salt and pepper on each side. Little bit. I have to teach you how to do the chef pinch. This is the chef pinch. That's good. Now, of course, I have gloves on. I'm gonna put a little pepper on that side too. All right. The trick is when you're searing is to make sure that the pan is nice and hot. All right. Not burning hot, because we use olive oil in there. And remember, olive oil, when it gets to a certain temperature, it starts to solidify and you lose the flavor of the olive oil and you end up burning things. So that's not what we want to do. Just hot enough. We're just about there. Pan should be just about hot enough. We'll test it. See that? You hear that sizzle? It's good. All right. All right, while we're working on that, and that's starting to sear, you're going to sear it on each side for about 2.5 minutes.
That's
and 2.5 minutes on each side, then we're going to put it in the oven and finish it off in the oven. So the fish is going to become firm, all right? While we're working on that, we're going to start on our risotto. The key to a risotto is 1 cup of risotto to 4 cups of stock and or liquid, all right? And it's constant. You have to constantly add to it to keep it nice and creamy. So we want to get that pan hot. Nice color on there. And Bishop, you're going to take this and you're going to put this pan right in the oven. The whole pan.
Okay.
So you're going to grab that towel because we want to keep your hands blessed. Yep, you can take it now. Nope, that oven all the way down there, all the way down the end. Bottom oven, bottom oven. Pull it open, there you go. All right, so now, next thing we're gonna do is we're going to make our risotto. So we have our olive oil getting nice and hot. Onions. I like a little bit of garlic in my risotto. Our arborio rice, which is just a cup. Now the trick to this is to make sure you toast your arborio rice. You have to toast it, make it turn nice and brown, almost like a rice-a-roni. Right? Remember rice-a-roni? I know people probably don't eat it, but it's the same process to get that nice and brown first. Not burnt, just a little gold. Now everybody should know at the Harvest Cafe, we cook everything to order. So if you guys have been ordering online, you need to take good note to the fact that it says 45 minutes. That's because we're cooking everything fresh to order. Just like I'm doing now, everything we cook to order. We've had a great response over our 7-month, 8-month period of time, right? Really been working well. If you notice, it's starting to get nice and toasty now.
Yeah.
All right. You can probably smell it a little bit. Now we have stock here.
What's stock?
It's chicken stock.
Okay.
Chicken stock. So it's basically chicken bones that have been cooked into a broth, strained it off. You get about 3 or 4 hours cooking time, strain it off, and we use that as our base for flavoring. We're gonna put white wine in here. That's the perfect color we need right now. Please bless the wine. All right, it's gonna get a little steamy.
Okay.
That's about a cup of wine. And then we're gonna add stock.
Okay.
This is a 4-ounce ladle.
Okay.
So we've already put 1 cup in there. That's 2. I like to start with 2, let it start to cook down, then add another 2. All right? That was 3? We'll see. All right, so now what we're doing is we're gonna wait, let this cook up. And we're gonna get this warm for our spinach. I like to get my pans nice and warm. And then our sauce. Now this is a very easy sauce which goes great with any type of white fish, any fish that's very delicate in flavor. It enhances and brings everything together. All right, and you'll see when we get to that point.
Check on the fish.
Nope, got another minute.
Okay.
So Bishop, you can stand here. Come on the other side of me. Take a towel in your hand for this, and you're gonna constantly stare at that because we're gonna keep adding stock to that.
Okay.
Take your time on it.
So it boils out a little bit.
Yep, and we're gonna add some more stock to it.
Okay. You want it to boil all the way down, or just
Not all the way, because we're gonna
Okay.
keep adding stock. So it's
Okay.
gonna take a minute to get hot.
Okay.
So right there, we're gonna add some more. Let it cook. I'm gonna pull that fish out. Notice how the nice color on the fish. We're gonna let that rest, all right? So to make our sauce, we're gonna switch sides, Bishop. You wanna go to that burner?
Got enough heat?
Yep. So to make our sauce, we're gonna start it with white wine, tomatoes, a little bit of garlic. Now, one thing, take notice, I did not add any salt or pepper to this yet. The reason being is because the Parmigiano Reggiano cheese that we're gonna put in there has a lot of salt content in it already.
Okay.
So once this cooks down, it's gonna intensify. Usually I always teach salt and pepper last on anything you do. A lot of our foods today have some type of sodium in them, so you always wanna, whatever you're cooking, salt and pepper last. So we got our tomatoes sweating. We're gonna put our basil in. And some fresh lemon juice.
Why do cooks use lemons?
The acid.
Acid?
The acid always brightens up your flavors.
Okay.
Like a little thing I always like to teach with doing chicken. If you're gonna bake or roast any type of chicken, squeeze some fresh lemon on it. Let it sit overnight. That way the osmosis gets to the bone
Okay.
and brings all that flavor out. and keeps it nice and juicy and moist. So at this stage, we're going to put butter in here. A little more white wine. And now I'm going to add just a pinch of salt and a pinch of some black pepper. And we're going to let that steep for just a little bit, just so that flavor comes out of that basil. All right, we're going to turn you up some. And add more stock. Now, this process here takes a good 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
I've already prepared some. Okay. I would put mushrooms in this, which is what we're going to do now. We'll let it cook. It takes a while. You're going to see the starch start to come out of it. It's going to get creamy. And as soon as we add cheese to that, it's going to get real creamy and tight. Now, while that's sitting there, taste that, sir. Come on, sir. Taste it. You got to taste it. On screen. Nice flavor, right?
Yeah, wonderful.
So that's going to be our sauce for our fish.
Now, does the fish keep cooking once you have it resting?
Absolutely. That's why we took it out so early, so it's going to finish from the rest. And that's anything you cook, any protein you cook, give it a rest time. So I like to do my rare meat at like 130, 135. When we're talking about red meat, and take it out and let it rest a good 5 minutes.
Okay.
Then all the blood stays into the meat, and you get a nice red piece of meat, as opposed to well done. That's going to cook. It's going to cook. And we're going to bring you over to the next one, which is already done over here. We can put that to the side. We're going to bring that one over. Yep. Now to bring us back, because we've already made this one earlier today. All right, see how tight it got?
Yeah.
So how do you bring it back? Just add some stock to it. That's all. You want to keep an eye on that, sir? And I'm going to do the spinach, which is very easy. Olive oil. Yep, it's going to heat up. It's hot.
It's getting there.
All right. Spinach is very easy. We're going to wilt the spinach, so we don't want to overcook it. If we overcook it, then you don't get that freshness out of it. All right, so we want to keep it fresh.
How loose do we want this?
A little bit looser.
Yeah.
So we're going to add a little more stock to it. Now, in this risotto, we've already put Parmesan cheese, mushrooms, and everything else that you saw earlier. And that should be hot enough. You can turn that one off. Chef Bishop. And we're going to move this out. Looking good, looking good. And we're going to plate. Which is going to be very simple. I know you're not a big starch eater. So risotto, you want to taste that?
I'll wait.
Turn our sauce back on. Notice the nice wilt on there. It's not beat down too much.
Yeah.
Whenever we plate here, we plate to the center of the plate. A beautiful sauce there. Yep. Take our piece of fish, gently over top. And then our sauce is very simple. And there you have pan-seared halibut, mushroom risotto, sauteed spinach, infused tomato lemon butter. Would you like to try it, sir?
Absolutely. I get to eat now?
You get to eat now.
Wow. I would share it with you, but I'm not serious about doing that. Oh, man.
It's a beautiful piece of fish. It's very expensive fish. It's about $14, $15 a pound.
Oh, my.
Make sure when you check out our menu online, we have a lot of different seafood on there. Everything we do now is order online. So in the future, order, place the time you want to pick it up. We're here Wednesday from 11 to 7, Friday 11 to 7, Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 3.
You need to get this. Oh, my. This is great, Chef.
Thank you.
And it only took about, what, 20 minutes?
About 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yep. 20 to 30 minutes, give or take a few. Like I said, everything we do is done to order.
So it's not a matter of not having time, just knowing what to do.
Exactly.
It's a 30-minute meal.
Mise en place is everything.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us this afternoon. It was a pleasure to work with the Bishop as he enjoys the food. We look forward to seeing you again. Stay tuned because we got more demos coming.